sexies. So I thought it'd be fun to make a gender bendy makeup-y video. It's sort of funny, I thought about doing makeup tutorials a while ago, more of the bright colors and fancy night out on the town type makeup, but here I am, I'm gonna make a more gender fluid, gender queer, playing around with it thing. So to start out with, I have no makeup on at all. This is just, I washed my face and put a little bit of moisturizer on it, that's it. So that is the starting point. I'm going to put a bit of basic matte foundation, matte being not shiny. I'm going to do a little starting base of that and maybe a little bit of concealer too for some of these spots. And I will be right back. Alright, and back. So when it comes to contouring, changing the structure of your face, what you're doing is highlighting and adding shadows. So you're doing darker colors to make some parts recede and highlights to make some parts pop, to sort of bring them forward like they're catching the light. So the bit about changing the shape of your face is actually about changing the bone structure so that it more resembles the face shape you're going for. Most men have stronger jawlines and more angular features, where most women have softer cheeks and more rounded jawlines. So for this, what I'm doing is changing the shape of my face to make it more angular and to make my jaw stand out more. So I like to use matte foundations that are darker than my skin tone. This is one that I use. It's just a Maybelline foundation that I've had forever. It's just a much darker color than my own skin tone, and it comes with a mirror and a brush underneath that. Basically what you're going to be doing is using a foundation that's darker than your skin tone, or using a bronzing product. So I'm going to use a brush. If I'm doing more specific areas, I will hold it like this, where I'll pinch it so it gets more of a clean line. There actually are brushes that are angled, but I am cheap, so I just use one brush and turn it into a second brush. So I will get a little bit of that powder on there. And again, this is just a bronzing powder or a foundation that's darker than your skin tone. For this color, you're making sure that it's not shiny, making sure that it's matte. Spelled M-A-T-T-E. So again, I'm going to pinch that, and I'm going to give myself more cheekbones. I'm probably doing this in the wrong place. Disclaimer, I am not a professional. See, that's already changing the shape of my face a little bit. So then what you're going to do is add this right here with this nice clean line, right here in the jawline. See what that does? That gives me a much stronger jaw right there. So that's cool. I'm adding way too much, but I can tone it down afterwards too. And I bring this down whenever I'm doing more masculine bone structure. Masculine. Which is funny, because, like, what does masculine even mean? I identify as feminine even when I'm feeling male, so I don't know. Kind of a weird little space, isn't it? That changes the face shape a little. And then I'm going to use one of my favorite brushes. The brand doesn't really matter, but it's just this shape. It's a little angled brush here that you can use for detailed areas. So I'm using that same color, going in around the edges of my nose, and this actually makes my nose look bigger. Not really. No, really, this is useful. Right, because I'm adding shadow, so it makes it look like it stands out more. I've seen some makeup videos where they added some in here too. Kind of widen the nostrils. Oh dear, that's really tickly. Oh my god. Okay. And then I'm gonna use my finger for this one. This is going right here, so this is giving me a more of a brow bone. So this is the shadow underneath the brow. And then I'm using a highlighter, and this is going to be a little bit shiny, just a lighter color. That's going up here. Just a smidge. You don't want to be sparkly. Maybe you do, I don't know. But for right now, I don't feel like being sparkly. Let's do that. And when in doubt of where to put things, you can kind of scrunch up your face and you can see where wrinkles are and where shadows are, where everything falls. Alright, a little bit of that. I'm also going to add a little bit of that same color underneath my eyes. I already have a lot of this going on anyway, but make me look just a little more, make me look a little less put together. Okay. And then for the eyebrows, I do have like a light milk chocolate color, so that ends up looking kind of like. So I'm just filling these in where they are anyway, and I haven't tweezed in a while, so this is a lot easier. Just kind of, even if the eyebrows aren't really going where they're supposed to be going, that's fine, because we're just making it messier anyway. That is totally fine. I used the wrong color. Good job. Kind of underneath too. So if you do tweeze your eyebrows, and this is just a and you want to switch around your look, you're going to be adding a little bit of it where your eyebrows normally grow. So pull it out a little bit farther than they would normally be. Kind of bring it down a little. So I'm just sort of shading it in. So you can see there's a little bit of a difference there. Just kind of heavier. One thing I learned about doing this sort of gender bending makeup stuff is you want to take away the arch of the eyebrows. So if you can do more underneath your eyebrow there, just sort of flatten it out, that's going to help. Okay, and then when I get to this part here, I'm bringing, this is the one part I have tweezed more recently. I'm going to take that and sort of brush it sideways, so there's definitely something going on in here, but it's less than in here. Not nearly as dark. And then sometimes I'll turn the brush so that it's, where am I going? So that it brushes in the direction that the hair would be growing. I'm turning it as I go. And if that ends up sort of drawing in some of these wrinkles, that's fine too. Alright, so I definitely have a lot more eyebrow going on. You can bring these as close together as you want. You can just keep on adding to that. Blend it just a smidge. These are exciting. Yeah, they're definitely not as pointed on the ends either. They're just all over the place. So yeah, I'm gonna blend these out a little because they're way, way too strong. They look too much like makeup on my face. Which is not really what I feel like doing right now. Alright. I have done a lot more extreme contouring and drawing in facial hair. But this is more of my standard bendiness. It's amazing what just eyebrows alone will do. Just filling in your eyebrows and kind of extending them past anything that may or may not be tweezed is helpful. So that's that. I am definitely a femme. I love makeup. So I will do all of this, which wasn't even that much really. And I will also add in maybe some eyeliner. Just using a brush with eyeshadow powder. I think it's easier to apply. Some pencils are really nice, some liquid ones are really nice, but you have to really learn how to use those. Use that highlighting thing. So now I'm really doing a combo here, right? Because I have like the more masculine stuff and then the more feminine stuff, and playing around with combining them. You see a little bit of that sort of picks up on the light. I don't really feel like doing mascara right now. It's a really cool gold color. That one's fun. Just throw some of that on there. I shouldn't be using my fingers because it messes up the eyeshadows, but it is my set. I am not using it on anybody else. I'm using the darker colors on the outside and the lighter colors on the inside to add more depth and dimension. Although I guess with that much I probably should do mascara. I don't want to. Forget it. Yeah, so I have like all sorts of exciting makeup action going on. Woo. This is my face. I like it. Hope you do too. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye, sexies.